Well, hello, influencers. Hello and welcome, everyone. This is the show to uplift, motivate, and support our leaders around the world. So I want to welcome you to Behind the Screen Business Confessions with your girl, Anika Cohen. Thank you for being here. Listen, I want you to like, share, and subscribe wherever you are in the world. This is the show where we want to have real, raw conversations about our journey in the marketplace. And the sole purpose is for us to know that we are not alone in this journey. And even when it comes to the hardships, even when it comes to the challenges that we face during the journey, knowing that your work is not in vain, your labor of love is not in vain. It is with purpose. It is with meaning. Come on here, somebody. So I'm super excited to number one, be a part of your journey wherever you're at in the marketplace. I'm a business strategist coach. So it is my intention to serve leaders to start, build, and grow their business with clarity and confidence and strategy. And so I have been fortunate to encounter amazing women and men who are doing great things in their community. And so I'm super excited because I have a guest on today. She's no stranger to our platform. She's no stranger to me. She is my sister friend. I'm super excited just to have another conversation, real raw dialogue, okay? About her journey and how she has been able to overcome and persevere through it all. All right. So listen, you are in for a treat on today. So without further ado, let's bring our guest to the stage, Miss Shaneequa Billups.
Hello, hello. Hi, Anika.
Hello, my love. Hello. Such an honor to have you back.
Of
Okay.
course,
On
it's
Behind the
always an
Screen
honor.
Business Confessions. Okay. So listen, some people may be new to you. Some people may not know your story. And I believe that we all have a story. And in our story is a message. It is a solution. It is a problem solver. It is inspiration. It is hope. Come on here. It's an advocate for someone. And so for those individuals who are listening today who don't know Shaneequa, please enlighten us. Who is Shaneequa Billups?
Well, like she said, I'm Shaneequa Billups. I am a certified surgeon's assistant by daytime, and my business, I'm a certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, a group specialist, group instructor, um, and nutrition coach, if I didn't say that already. So I started my own business probably like 5 years ago now, um, to help women, children, people in general with nutrition, health, and fitness all together. And that's what I've been on my journey to do. During my day in the operating room, I feel as though if I can be passionate there, I can be passionate on the other side to help prevent people from getting to me in the operating room when by the time you get there, it's too late. So ever since 2016, I've been passionate about health and fitness. When my youngest daughter lost her father to high blood pressure,
Yes.
which caused a stroke and a brain aneurysm. And she lost her father at 9 years old. So it was then I became in love with it for myself first. And then I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to continue to help people. And I've been on that journey ever since.
Yes. You touched on the story, but I want to go back to your story and because you talked about how you got started. You
Mhm.
shared with us the amazing things that you have been able to accomplish on your journey. You know, being a certified surge tech is no small task. It took diligence and it took perseverance. And you shared a lot of the things that you are doing in your day to day as a serving in our community, serving our people on a daily basis, and then serving your community also with your expertise. You shared how your daughter's father died,
Mhm.
and that was your awakening.
Yes.
That was your moment to say, I choose to live, I choose to find purpose. And so take me back to that moment for you and what that was like to identify your awakening. Because for some people on here, they're still trying to discover what it is that they're called to do, or
Mhm.
how do I even go about finding out my passion, my purpose, my identity?
Okay. Well, I've always known that my purpose was to help people. Um, Being in the medical field, I realized that in 2003. But in 2016, I was about 280, 285. And for me, I just felt like I was big boned. The weight is in the right places. I'm not fat. I'm not unhealthy. Um, and at that time, her father was 39 years old.
Mm.
So I was like how did he lose his life, from a man not probably wanting to go to the doctor, not wanting to be treated. You don't have an issue. A headache led to a nosebleed, which then led to him having the brain aneurysm and the stroke. And that put fear in my heart, one, because I wasn't 39 yet. So it was like, if I don't lose this weight, if I don't get out of this diagnosis of having high blood pressure, could I lose my life? Could she lose two parents? And that automatically scared me. Like I was not going to have my daughter become an orphan, losing both parents and having to have my family take care of her. Nobody's going to take care of my kids the way I do. So
Come on
that's
here,
when
say it again.
that's when I made the choice to say, yeah, I'm going to be alive as long as I can, as long as God allowed me to stay on this earth. But I know I have to get healthy. I know I have to lose this weight. So I wasn't even thinking about business at that time. It was just me trying to get healthy for her, for myself, for my other two daughters, and that's how I became passionate about it. And I use his story because I probably wouldn't have got into it. The way that I did and when I did and been that passionate about it. But for a traumatic event to happen, it just kicked me into, yep, it's time to stop playing. You have children to live for.
Yes, you have children to live for, and you have a life to live as well. And here you are living out your purpose, living out your passion. And one of the things that, you said that sparked with me is it didn't, it struck you in a way to give you that ignition, right? It ignited something within you that you didn't even know that you was passionate about. Come on
Yep.
here, somebody. So
Yep.
sometimes purpose will find you. Purpose, it already lives within you. It will find you. It will attract to you. And so what I'm saying in this moment is, for those people who are feeling like you're stuck, no, you're not stuck. You just haven't yielded. You haven't
Hmm.
allowed yourself to yield to whatever's tugging at you, whatever keeps showing up in your life is for a purpose. And so, Shaneequa, you have become this expertise in the health and wellness industry, I like to call it.
Hmm.
Being able to take care of yourself. And so now, transitioning to this journey, I want you to give me 3 words to describe your journey as an entrepreneur, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, right? All of who you are in your being,
Hmm.
right? I want you to give me 3 words to describe this journey, and why those 3 words.
Oh man. Determined is one word. Throughout the journey, throughout being all of those different people, um and wearing those hats, I will also say patient. Patient is definitely a word I will have to use. And I the other word I would probably say is uh persistent. Yes, persistent. I would say, I was going to say resilient, but persistent is the word that I'm looking for. And why determined? Because before, I was never an entrepreneur. Like, I've been a surgeon assistant for 12 years. So
Right.
I'm working for someone. I'm working for a CEO of a hospital and directors of the operating room. So that's not my business. Yes, I'm taking care of people. I'm helping the doctor with whatever's going on with the patient. But I didn't have to worry about networking. I didn't have to worry about building my own brand and, how am I going to do that? And I know no one. Not like when I first started, I didn't know, and I didn't have that circle, and my family is, they're not entrepreneurs. Like, this was me head on, like, okay, I'm going to do this somehow by myself, or find some help outside of my family and my circle I had at that time. So um, determined is big because I could have gave up. I really could have given up,
Come on,
um,
talk about it, sis.
because I, I mean, you don't know what you don't know what you don't know, and then you have to ask for help. Then you got to understand people are not, especially people in your same industry, are not always willing to help, because at the end of
Right,
the day, you are their competitor. Like, you're going to be in competition for clients, or at least that's how people think. You're going to be in competition. She might become bigger than me. She might, my clients might gravitate to her, whatever the case may be. So some people might not want to help you, so you got to find those right people to help you, to teach you how to do things you've never done um, at that
yes,
magnitude before. And I haven't networked of my own. Like, I've been a part of a Herbalife nutrition company where I'm a distributor, and I sell nutrition products and different things. So I would go to seminars and I would go to business trainings, but it's different when it's my completely own business and I have to build my brand. Whereas
right.
Herbalife is already a brand, and I'm just working with it to go with my business for a part of the nutrition. So um, if I wasn't determined through every aspect of my life, personal and business, I truly would have gave up, threw in the towel a long time ago. Um, Persistent goes along with determination, because I know what I want in the long run, which is a brick and mortar for my nutrition club and my fitness studio. I have not achieved it yet. I'm still working on it. And I'm just persistent to do the things that I need to do in order to get it. It's not in me in no way, shape, or form to give up. So I have to stay persistent. And patience is something I have to continue to learn as an individual, for me personally, because I want things now.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I want things now, and that's not in a greedy aspect. Like, I don't want it now to be greedy. I want it now because it's something I'm passionate about. If I had,
Mhm.
or I feel like if I had whatever I needed to be put in place to help me reach more people, that's a benefit for me. So I need it now. So I just continue to learn patience, and anything that involves with, like, it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. And I have to tell
Yes,
myself that all the time. So patience, persistence, and determination is how God is trying to get me through all of this. To be
yes.
perfectly honest with you.
Listen, determination, patience, and persistence. Those are definitely um, emotions that we need to practice when we go and say yes to the vision that we've been assigned. It takes great courage to do what we are doing. And I say it often, and I'll continue to say it. It's no small task to say yes to your assignment, because it requires you to show up when you don't want to show up. And so being determined is showing up when you don't want to show up. It is
Mhm.
showing up when bills are still needing to be paid, but customers invoices are not going out in the same manner,
Mhm.
right? And so, those are the real conversations that I like to bring to the table, because it is easy to give up, but when you don't practice being determined and focus on your why, giving yourself grace, allowing yourself to pause, allowing yourself to re strategize, rebrand, have a new way of thinking, a new way of perspective, because not everybody is going to want to help you. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody has the same intentions. And so I thank you for sharing and being transparent about your journey, but knowing what it takes to continue on. It takes you being determined, patient, and persistent, right? Because it's
Indeed.
not going to be something that transpires overnight. And I know that social media makes it appear as
Mm-hmm.
though you can have an overnight success, but there is no such thing. After you become viral or after you become recognized, there still requires you to do some level of work, right?
Yes.
Creating your content, it still requires you to do some level of work. So work is work. All right. I don't measure it. Work is work. And so I
Right.
just, again, thank you for sharing that. And so it's constantly teaching you. Would we say that?
Yes. Yes.
Entrepreneurship is constantly teaching you, not just as an entrepreneur, but as a person. I heard you say that as an individual, this is teaching you and it is growing you. And I find that to be true for myself. And so I often ask this question: what are some of the setbacks that you may have experienced? And in those setbacks, how did you overcome, right? Because it's one thing to identify our setbacks, our challenges, but we also want to be resourceful, informative, because there is a solution to every problem. You may not have figured out the solution yet. You may have to go back to the drawing board. You may have to make an investment in a coach or a mentor. You may have to go and invest in some master classes or webinars again to just get those refreshers, because again, this is your journey. This is your path. So this is my question to you: give us some of your challenges, and whatever you choose to share, I want to know what was the solution in you overcoming that challenge.
So one of my challenges was, how am I going to um get to the people? How was I going to have a space? Excuse me. And with me just moving back from Florida here, it was like, oh my God, I'm starting this business all over again. I got to get the people in Delaware to, they know who I am, but I have to get my name out there and show myself and what I can do. So it was a thing with space. I wanted to do my fitness classes. I wanted to get them back
Yes.
out there. Um, I couldn't have it here in my house. I don't have a garage like I had in Florida. So my challenge was finding a space. Um, and people were very expensive, with me only needing to rent the space for maybe an hour and a half. So I actually did not find the person that I found like on my own. It was through networking.
Yes.
Um,
Come on. You got to
to
network.
be perfectly honest, excuse me, I came to an event you had at your house. I think it was like a game night or something, and different ladies was there, and we were just conversating, and one of the ladies was like, oh, I know so and so, and this is the information to this person, and you should check her out. I checked her out. The next couple weeks things was getting in motion, and I found a space. So that was the solution to that challenge. In the process, another challenge came, um, and it was just about, now I have to stop the classes, other stuff so I had to take a break with the classes. I had to decide, what am I going to do as far as marketing to get my name out there to people more often than I am through social media, flyers, however I was going to do it. Like, I had to have a sit down with the people that were helping me. I had my daughter, my sister, and a couple other people in the space with me, making shakes and doing things while I was running the class. They were taking care of the music, they were taking care of the
Come on.
drinks I
Family
needed. They
unit
so
came together.
like I didn't have a problem with that. Like, they were there when I needed them. But
Absolutely.
I had to sit down and have a group session. Like, okay, talk to me. Um like, how, like, let's figure out how I'm going to do this, bring more people. So I had to take a break from it because I wasn't bringing in the money that I needed just to keep flip the thing and keep it going with paying the person for the space, bringing the products into space for the people there. I wasn't bringing the money in just for that, let alone the profit. So I had to pause the fitness classes, and I had to go back to networking, creating content, and I'm in the process of starting it back soon, but life happens in the midst of all of that. But the solution is to network, get on social media more than I do, um, go to other events, get my name out there, going to in-person events, and just bringing it back.
Yes. Honey, you said two words came to mind as you were talking. Pivot.
Hmm.
That word came to mind. Pivot. Because sometimes we don't give ourselves the grace because we're looking at the magnitude. We're looking at the longevity of it. But
Hmm.
when we pivot, we're able to see our wins, we're able to see our progress, we're able to see improvements, and we're able to change the perspective where we don't stay in the place of, oh, this isn't working out. I wasn't called to do this, because those things come up. Don't
Oh
leave me
yeah.
out here by myself.
For
Those
sure.
things come up, right?
Yes, they
And
do.
so, yes, pivot was the one of the words that came to mind as you were talking. And it was another word, and I done lost it. I get excited, Shaneequa. You know me, I get excited. And I
Okay, this
lost the
this
word, but it
was
was a good word too because it came to mind. But it'll come back to me.
this
But
was
yes, because that's what everything is about, pivoting. You got to also, just as much as we reflect on what's not working, what we don't like about ourselves, what we wish or shoulda, coulda,
mhm,
woulda, we have to recognize our wins. We have to recognize when we were able to come out of something that was supposed to be devastating or leave you in a place of despair or cause you to give up and not continue on with the vision, not continue on with your assignment because of a setback. And so
mhm,
all I hear is just you pivoting. You're constantly giving yourself permission to pivot and network. That was the word. Yes.
mhm.
Network. Allowing yourself to step out and connect with other people. It's so important that we step outside of who and what we know, because
Yes,
sometimes who and what we know is not working. And when it's not working, that's when we have to give ourselves permission to change,
yes,
meaning change people, places, or things, environment, conversation. Come on
yes,
here,
for
somebody. I'm
sure,
preaching.
for
Okay.
sure.
So, all right. So here's what I want to do. I want to do my last little, it's not a question, it's actually a fill in the blank. So I'm going to make a statement. It is, I've learned and I'm learning, because we are always learning as
Mhm.
entrepreneurs. We are always learning as women in business, as men in business, as just an individual. We should open ourselves up to be learners, right? And so
Agree.
the statement is, I've learned and I'm learning. So I'm going to say it and you're going to fill in the blanks. Okay?
Okay.
I've learned.
To always step into the next opportunity, because
Mm,
becoming inquiring about a business coach turned into having a sister friend, turned into having a therapist, turned into me becoming a co-author on 3 books that I've never ever imagined that I was going to write in a part of a book, maybe have my own book. So like, to always step into the next opportunity, even if I'm afraid, even if I've never done it, because that opportunity always takes me somewhere else to the next level, gives me another skill, another opportunity, and another way to reach people, another way to
yes.
reach people and get into a different audience. So That alone is what I've learned, to always take the opportunity, because I don't know where it's going to take me, and it can always lead me to somewhere better.
Yes, take the opportunity. That is a tweet. Yes, take the opportunities and listen, create them too. Because you have been doing nothing but creating opportunities. And you creating opportunities are creating opportunities for your daughters as well. Because they
Hmm.
see, okay, mommy is being persistent and determined to create her own narrative. And she's doing this despite of. Come on here. So
Yes.
you're learning to take opportunities, you learn to take opportunities, and you're learning.
And I'm learning to ask for help. Um, and that I'm learning to ask for help, to know that I don't have to try to do everything by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't have to build a business by myself. I can reach out to the business coach. I can reach out to, you know what I mean, someone else. Like, have you continue to work with a mentor, and like, so I don't have to build it by myself, because I don't know how to um, do everything that needs to be done on branding in different aspects of it. So I have to ask for help. If I didn't ask for help, I would not be thus this far.
Right.
I would not be this far if I didn't ask for help, because I was just like, okay, I want to start my own business. Now now how do I do it? So I had to ask for help from the first person that actually helped me, a friend of the family's, Stephen, from getting the LLC and the one stop shop with the Delaware and my IEN number and everything like that, EIN number. Um, Steve was the one that helped me. I told him what I wanted. He said, okay, come over. I'll show you how to do it. I literally did that in no time. And then from there, I found you, because he's not in my industry. He didn't know how to help me maneuver through everything else. So
Right.
it's definitely learning to ask for help. I know when to, like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not asking everybody for help, but I know who to ask for help. I see,
Right.
I watch, and I like, you have to be conscious of who you are asking for help from too. So that's something I had to learn as well.
And honey, I'm learning it too. That's something that, I definitely am learning to ask for help. Always ask for help, because we're not supposed to do it alone. We're not supposed to do it by ourselves in any capacity in life, in any area of life. You're not supposed to do it alone. All you need is one
Hmm.
person. And when that person is not able to serve you or be able to extend, you reach out until you
Yes.
get the answer that you need, right? And you do it by any means necessary. If that means making an investment of your time, if that means having to step away from other things that are comfortable and convenient, come on here,
Yes.
then that means
Yes.
you got to step away from it. And so I just love how you was able to even just shed light on all the amazing things that you have been able to accomplish and achieve. Okay, being a best-selling author, writing, in a collaboration of books, and just being an entrepreneur, and even in not just that, but just saying yes to your career, making a life change to
Hmm.
actually say,
Yes.
I want to be healthy. This is the way that I want to live, and I want to teach my children to do the same thing. And
And
everything
that's
starts
not
from the
easy.
home. So come on here, somebody.
That
So
is
here
not
we
easy
go.
at all.
Yes, because and just, and even what you mentioned about Steve, that was powerful, because Steve is one of our honorees at the
Hmm.
Influencers on the Rise brunch and gala this year.
Yes, I see. I
He's going to
see.
be one of our honorees, and you were our recipient at another event. You were our influencer on the rise at one of them. Am I correct?
Yes,
Was it
yes,
that?
ma'am.
Yes. Yes. And so, you're passing the baton to another individual. And so, this is what it's all about. We have to celebrate each other. We have to
Indeed.
push each other, because it is necessary that we understand that we are not alone, and that what you are experiencing, someone has or is. And so we need each other.
Yes.
And so I'm excited to be creating the space for leaders to come together and
Yes,
celebrate
ma'am.
on one another. And, again, network and connect, because someone has the answer to your problem in the room if you just
Yes.
show up. So
Yep.
sometimes it's a matter of showing up. So
That's
show up
it.
at the brunch and gala. Meet us at Influencers on the Rise Brunch and
Yes.
Gala in Richmond, Virginia, March the 8th. Okay. It's going down, less than 2 months to go. So if you are a leader, you're an entrepreneur, or you even aspire to be an entrepreneur, again, you're doing things in your community in your own right, you have a nonprofit or whatever you're doing, again, as a servant leader. Okay. It's not about titles, but just as a servant leader, we want to celebrate you. Okay.
Yes.
So again, you can go to choosetolivesociety.com for all details about that. And I know I'm going to see Shaneequa there. She's going to be in the space. So
Yes,
I
I
want
will.
you to just share with the community, share with our listeners how they can connect with you. What are those ways that they can connect with you?
On Facebook, I'm Shaneequa Billups. You can connect with me there. On Instagram, I'm S Billups 32. Those are both two ways to contact me through social media. And on there is other information with my emails for myself, my business, and both ways you'll have definitely contact and access to me, and I will be able to return your message, your email, or your call.
All right. And there you have it, ladies and gents. This was a great conversation. I always love talking to you.
Yes,
I
I
just
love it.
love our conversations. Get around people that have productive conversations, ladies and gents,
Yes,
that can empower you, that can pray for you, that
yes,
can cover you, that
yes.
can give you information, that can keep your business there. Come
Yes,
on. Like
yes,
those are the meaningful, purposeful connections that I entertain. I choose not to entertain anyone who doesn't reciprocate that back to me. And so Shaneequa is one of those people that is in my circle. And so I'm looking forward to our little sister circle that we're having at my house.
yes,
Yeah, so
sis.
I'm super excited about that. But anywho, so listen, ladies and gents, you already know what to do. Choose to live. Choose to be what? Liberated, improve daily, be vivacious, and enlightened. Until next time.